one only got 200, but it lasts me and him about like 2 weeks maybe.
Millions of people who depend on federal food aid here in the West are worried they won't be able to buy groceries when funding dries up later on this week. And tonight, a coalition of states is filing a new lawsuit trying to continue that assistance. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to West Coast Wrap. I'm Alex Savage. That new lawsuit is the latest legal challenge to the Trump administration in the midst of the weeks-long government shutdown. 8 states here in the West are among 25 nationwide now suing the administration, arguing that Congress has already appropriated the money to continue funding the SNAP program. Tonight, Fox 10's Kenzie Beach shows us how Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays voiced her frustrations while speaking about this lawsuit earlier today.
I will not stand by as Arizona families go hungry. Arizonans should not ever be used as a bargaining chip.
In a press conference Tuesday, Attorney General Chris Mays announced Arizona joins 25 states suing over the suspension of SNAP benefits, Mays calling it one of the most important lawsuits she has ever filed.
And I feel confident that the law is on our side.
Arizona low-income families, seniors, and young children now looking for affordable food options. As Republicans and Democrats fight it out in Washington, Valley business owners like EP and Kayla Long at King Pigeon are stepping up.
I've had food insecurity growing up. My mom was a single parent, so it's something that hits very close to home.
It started as a small idea over morning coffee. Taking it to social media, it reached thousands. Donations pouring in just 24 hours.
We had thousands of people reaching out, liking it, commenting on it, asking to volunteer, dropping stuff off. So it wasn't even a second thought for us. It was something that we knew that we had to do. We have the ability to do it. I would say that anybody that has the ability or space to do it, anybody can do this. We're not anything special.
Come Saturday, a sandwich bar and fresh produce will feed hundreds, including one of their very own employees.
The whole day, I had people bringing in bags. They came in droves, honestly. And I teared up during that shift because prior to that, I didn't know where my groceries were going to come from.
This really, I think, just speaks to the true nature of what the need is for food in our community.
Mays says the USDA has $5 billion in SNAP contingency reserve funds that can be used for situations like this.
And that was Fox 10's Kenzie Beach reporting tonight from Arizona. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says there is no contingency fund for the program. Another sign of mounting problems as a result of the shutdown. Today, air traffic controllers here in the West joined with colleagues across the country handing out leaflets at airports. They did not get paid for the first time today because of the shutdown. They're hoping today's leafleting effort will help inform passengers about the problems they're facing. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says they must show up to work even if those controllers don't get paid.
They've sent a message, open up the government and the shutdown. Figure out how you guys can negotiate. Have a conversation, but pay us in the interim. Make sure we get paid for the work that we provide to the American people.
Aviation is a profession of passion. Most of the people that we work with, they love coming in and doing the work that they do. It's something they've dreamed of doing their entire lives. Well, now all of a sudden, it's that dream is kind of being diminished because how long does somebody want to go and work for an IOU?
Secretary Duffy says flying is still safe, but travelers should be prepared for delays. Today, a federal judge in San Francisco barred the Trump administration from firing federal employees during the government shutdown. Judge Susan Ilston granted a preliminary injunction that remains in place as the lawsuit filed by unions is heard. The judge found the unions were likely to prevail on their claims that the cuts were arbitrary and politically motivated. Over 4,000 layoff notices have gone out since the shutdown started, but some personnel have been called back.
The Democrats are out trying to claim that this is all on Republicans because we control the government. All we want is to reopen the government.
On November 1st, people in more than 30 states are going to be aghast when they see their bills, and they're going to cry out. And I believe there will be increased pressure on Republicans to negotiate with us.
Lawmakers appear no closer to reaching an agreement that would reopen the government. Today, the Senate failed to advance a Republican-backed funding bill to end the shutdown for the 13th time. Democrats insist legislation must include an extension of expiring Obamacare subsidies to prevent skyrocketing health care premiums. And you can head to westcoastwrap.com to find the latest updates on the ongoing stalemate in Congress. Our online coverage includes today's comments about the shutdown from Vice President J.D. Vance. He believes U.S. military service members will be paid at the end of the week, although he's not saying exactly how the administration will reconfigure funding in order to make that happen. Los Angeles police tonight are investigating the discovery of the body of an infant near the USC campus. The newborn was found early this morning. The medical examiner said the baby was less than 24 hours old, but full term. The cause of death is still unknown, and the circumstances leading up to the discovery of the infant's body were not immediately released. We have an update tonight on a story we brought you last night here on the show as developing news. Authorities in Southern California have now identified the man who's suspected of killing a sheriff's deputy and then leading officers on a dangerous high-speed pursuit. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says Angelo Saldivar shot Deputy Andrew Nunez yesterday as he and other deputies responded to a domestic disturbance call in Rancho Cucamonga. Deputy Nunez was airlifted to the hospital but died from his injuries. After that shooting, authorities say the armed suspect left the scene on his motorcycle, leading to a chase that reached speeds of more than 150 miles per hour. It ended when the suspect collided with a car on the freeway. And authorities now say the driver of that car was an undercover sheriff's deputy who intentionally moved into the path of the motorcycle. I talked about this tragic case with retired Police Chief Tommy Tucson, who's a professor of criminal justice at Bakersfield College.
You feel and walk in the shoes of the deputy because it could have been you, but by the grace of God, it could have been you walking into that domestic violence. So his colleagues, his deputies, his fellow law enforcement all over California is feeling the pain that that organization is going through. I guarantee you right now that each one of us who've had that happen in our lives and new people are feeling the pain. Every one of us is feeling the pain that we're going through, and it's just horrific.
And across California, flags are being flown at half-staff to honor Deputy Nunez, who leaves behind his pregnant wife and 2-year-old daughter. His suspected killer remains hospitalized tonight after that freeway crash. Once he's released from the hospital, he'll be booked on murder charges. Some California congressmen want answers after a military live-fire demonstration prompted the closure of a busy stretch of freeway. As Fox 5's Zara Barker reports tonight, those lawmakers believe the show of force was dangerous and unnecessary.
Who was responsible for making the call to fire live ammunition over the freeway?
That's one of the dozens of questions that still remain more than a week after state officials closed the 5 freeway for a live fire demonstration celebrating the Marine Corps' 250th birthday. In attendance, Vice President J.D. Vance and Secretary of War Pete Hegseth.
United States Marines, hoorah!
Just days before that event, the Marines said no public highways or transportation routes will be closed. But the morning of, Governor Gavin Newsom and California Highway Patrol announced they were closing the 5 over concerns of live fire being shot over the freeway.
You can't fire over the 5.
When you're lobbing these missiles basically across a freeway, that's a very bad idea. To our understanding, it's never been done before. They don't have any permission to do it. They did it to show off.
Congressman Mike Levin wrote a letter to Hegseth with 26 House colleagues, including Scott Peters and Juan Vargas. They asked 13 questions, including who decided to fire live artillery over the freeway.
I think the governor made the prudent decision to close the highway, and they made fun of it. They said he was overreacting, but he was not overreacting because one of the shells hit a CHP car.
CHP Border Division Chief Tony Coronado, also a Marine, says after the cruiser was hit while they were stopping traffic, they told the Marines, who then canceled firing additional rounds over the freeway.
I think the Marine Corps, at least the folks on base, were overruled. by the administration. Whether it was by Vance Hegseth or somebody that works for them, I don't know, and that's why we need to find out.
Despite more than a week with no answers, Levin says he will get to the bottom of this.
I think it will be one of those things where we will not drop it, and I hope that at some point in the next months and years, I'll have subpoena power demanding the answers rather than requesting them.
The politicians say they have asked for a response from Hegseth by this Wednesday, but have not yet heard back. Meantime, we also sent the Marine Corps a list of our questions. They haven't responded to those, but they did say this is an active investigation. I'm Zara Barker, and I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Coming up tonight here on West Coast Wrap, a tense scene unfolding outside of an ICE facility in Colorado today. Up next, what led to protesters clashing with federal agents.
And a live look over Los Angeles, where critical fire weather will come into play this week. This afternoon, LA hitting 97 degrees. A better look at what we can expect here in the West coming up.
I have good credit on the streets, so I've been borrowing money. Let's go Dodgers, baby. Let's go Shohei. Big B, home the win, baby. Let's go.
A lot of confidence from one sports bettor here in the West. Tonight he is sharing why he's betting $225,000 that the Dodgers will win the World Series. Protesters clashed with immigration officials in Colorado early this morning. Images posted online show the scene outside of an ICE facility in Durango. According to the Durango Herald, a federal agent grabbed a phone that was being used to record that scene by a protester. The paper reports when the protester tried to retrieve it, the agent grabbed her by the hair, pulled her across the road and pushed her to the ground. The woman was not hurt. Other law enforcement officers in the area reportedly tried to restrain the agent before retreating back inside the building. ICE has not yet responded to a request to comment on that confrontation. Today, a judge ordered a Border Patrol official from here in the West to meet with her every day to discuss the immigration enforcement operations that he's overseeing in the Chicago area. Gregory Bovino defended the actions of federal agents in court today. He was called in to testify after video appeared to show agents using tear gas during arrests, a violation of a temporary restraining order. Bovino is the chief Border Patrol agent for Southern California's El Centro sector. The Trump administration moved him to the Chicago area to oversee immigration enforcement operations there. He has until Friday to submit a report in court on enforcement operations involving Border Patrol agents. Well, several DHS sources tell Fox News that ICE chiefs in a number of different cities are going to be replaced by Border Patrol officials, some of them handpicked by Bovino. Today, Border Czar Tom Homan downplayed the potential shakeup in leadership.
Look, personnel changes happens a lot. These are changes being, I'm not sure they've actually been in place, and I'm not sure how many this is affecting, but Secretary of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, has total authority over ICE and who serves in what positions. So, you know, I think the results speak for themselves. I think we're not going to be slowed down by any story about changes in leadership.
Some of those leadership changes are expected in Seattle, Los Angeles, San Diego, Phoenix, Denver, as well as New Orleans and Philadelphia. Well, after an epic 18-inning World Series game last night in L.A., the Dodgers and Blue Jays are back at it once again tonight, facing off in Game 4. And one diehard Dodgers fan has a mega bet riding on the Fall Classic this year. Fox 11's Haley Winslow spoke with him about his $225,000 wager.
You ever have that intuition feeling that you just know something's going to happen?
Sean Perry feels so strongly in the Dodgers' next World Series win that he put everything on the line.
Every single dollar to my name. I sold my car, sold all my belongings, and borrowed some money from some very dangerous people on the street.
$225,000 on the Dodgers to win the series, please. They ain't losing, or else I'm gonna be a dead man walking.
By the time Perry accounts for hotels, tickets to all 7 games, and a pricey present for his favorite player, Perry would net profit about $25,000 in what he calls a guaranteed win.
So Shohei, I need a big favor from you. Please continue your dominance. And if you win the series for me, I promise to buy you a Rolex watch.
So I'm taking home $325,000 when I win.
Except for the watch that you have to buy for Shohei.
So yeah, I'll probably spend like $25K on that for a nice Rolex. So
Better get him a good one.
oh yeah.
This isn't the Vegas sports bettor's first shenanigan. Let's go! So what does his girlfriend think of his antics?
Definitely crazy, but I love the ride. Ride or die.
Who are these sketchy guys that he borrowed the money from?
The less I talk, the better.
Promising to stick by his side, win or lose. If you don't have any money, how are you going to pay for a Dodger dog?
Well, the same way I got the money to make the bet. I have good credit on the streets, so I've been borrowing money. Let's go Dodgers, baby. Let's go Shohei. Big me home the win, baby. Let's go.
I'm Haley Winslow, Fox 11 News. Let's go Dodgers.
All right, he's got a lot riding on this World Series. Let's turn now and talk about our weather here and take you to Southern California. Folks heading out for tonight's Game 4 in Southern California, experiencing summer-like conditions tonight. This is a live look. That's downtown L.A. off in the distance. And this week's warm-up comes along with the return of Santa Ana winds and concerns about fire danger. That combination has led to a red flag warning in effect across some parts of Southern California. Let's bring in KTVU's meteorologist, Rosemary Roscoe, who is tracking how the increasing fire danger is shaping up in Southern California. Hey, Rosemary.
Yes, Alex, those Santa Ana winds packing a punch for sure. For folks out at the Dodgers game this evening, it's a beautiful one, very summer-like, 75 degrees, and the winds are generally light and, of course, dry. Let's get into the heat. LA today hitting 97 degrees, so record-breaking heat over parts of Los Angeles and Ventura County, not only for today, but tomorrow as well. And the advisories will last through tomorrow evening. The heat advisory is widespread. It goes from Ventura County into areas of San Diego County. And the red flag warning is this little sliver, the darker shades of red right in here, because that's where we do expect the winds to reach 45 miles per hour or so. And the relative humidity is expected to drop down into the single digits in some areas for parts of Southern California. As we head over towards Phoenix, 92 today. Phoenix also going to see the winds ramp up, and a wind advisory for parts of Arizona expected for tomorrow as well. As we head over towards San Francisco, a beautiful one here. San Francisco also with the offshore winds providing all that fire danger over Southern California. But for San Francisco, the winds not as strong. And because of the rain the Bay Area has received in the last month, the fire danger is not of big concern. So beautiful weather here expected to remain in place through the rest of the week. As we head over towards Seattle, though, kind of a rainy, soggy one with 56 degrees the afternoon high in Seattle today. Giving you a look at the radar, you can see the system here that is still bringing light showers, cloudy skies, and breezy conditions to the Pacific Northwest, expected to last into tomorrow. And the Futurecast model shows you just that as we pick it up here this evening and then through the course of the morning and early afternoon before it pushes out and the Pacific Northwest gets a break midweek. The forecast here over the next few days going to remain cool and a little soggy over the Pacific Northwest. Gorgeous weather for the Bay Area. Going to be another hot one in LA for tomorrow. But by Thursday, those temperatures do begin to ease. And for Phoenix, upper 80s to low 90s in the forecast for the next few days. Alex?
Okay, Rosemary, thank you. Up next here tonight on West Coast Wrap, driverless tractors. We'll have a look at what some believe will become the future of farming here in the West. Also, see how furry visitors sweeten Halloween for children who are facing serious challenges.
Great. The therapy dogs, the being able to share a meal. I mean, it's
Amazon says it's slashing 14,000 corporate jobs as part of its plan to ramp up spending on artificial intelligence while cutting costs elsewhere. The layoffs add up to a 4% reduction in the company's overall workforce. Amazon says employees will be offered opportunities to find jobs elsewhere in the company. Tech experts say workforce reductions like this will likely continue as Amazon integrates AI tools to do jobs that humans used to do.
Any job that can be done by a computer, it's a repetitive one, it is something that you can specify, then that's going to be at risk. Even programmers, when you talk about basic programming, this can be done with AI. The message here is you have to look at AI as a tool to help you stay at your job, not as a competition.
Tech expert Ahmed Banafa from San Jose State University added that layoffs could become a larger pattern across the industry, with other companies looking at Amazon's strategy and seeing if they can replicate it. We have new video tonight showcasing what could be the future of agriculture and what it might look like. This all unfolded at the FIRA USA agricultural event in Woodland, California last week. As you can see, there is nobody driving that Kubota tractor. Ag tech companies say there is a shortage of young people looking to enter the farming industry, and that's forcing farmers to look for more efficient ways to get the job done. Many say autonomous tractors allow that to happen, while also making tending to the fields safer and cheaper over time.
Challenges facing growers has never been as big as it is today. And it's about labor expenses, it's about other expenses, whether it's the tariffs or trade wars and whatnot. So growers are looking for anything to make their operations more efficient. And the only way out is to innovate our way out.
Industry leaders also say they hope advancements like this will encourage tech-savvy young people to enter the field. A Halloween season trip to a Ronald McDonald House in Southern California turned out to be sweeter than candy for many children. Fox 5's Kasia Grigorchik shows us how the visit helped put the kids on a path to healing.
Just look at their face just light up right away when they see the dogs.
Kathy Liu knows the power of pet therapy by seeing it firsthand when her young son was diagnosed with a rare form of kidney cancer.
We saw the benefits, there's a dog therapy, and then his stress level was much lower, and we just felt like that's something the children in treatment definitely need.
And so she started Joey's Wings, the foundation that focuses on research, but also bringing these therapeutic encounters to the kids and families that need it most through a partnership with Helen Woodward Animal Center.
This pet encounter therapy program is a really, really special one because it is bringing the unconditional love of animals into hospitals, convalescent centers, all sorts of places where maybe the clients can't get to the loving touch of an animal.
Monday, a group of therapy dogs visited Ronald McDonald House for some early Halloween celebrations.
It's that idea, though, that somebody outside of them cares so much about their life, at least for a short amount of time. They come in and volunteer like this. It really changes their focus and allows them to kind of regroup for a minute.
The families here all have a loved one staying at nearby hospitals where the average visit can be over a month.
This is great. The therapy dogs, the being able to share a meal. I mean, it's...
While Tristan Lopez's grandson has been in the hospital for several weeks now, she's been able to stop by Ronald McDonald House where there's food, a place to rest, and even some entertainment on nights like this.
This kind of, eases it a little bit. I mean, it just gives us that moment of, normalcy.
This partnership was already such a hit. The Ronald McDonald House says they'd love to keep this tradition going for future Halloween celebrations. Reporting outside the Ronald McDonald House, I'm Kasia Grigorchik.
And that does it for West Coast Wrap tonight. We appreciate you watching. As always, have a great night.